What's up, Center Point Church? It's good to see you guys. Welcome to Wednesday Worship Spotlight. I'm glad I got it right this time. I don't usually get it right. I've changed the words around probably 6 or 8 times, so this time you get the right, accurate version from me. We're glad you guys are joining us tonight. This is, again, the last Wednesday of every month. Members of Center Point Music come together. We kind of do like a stripped-down, unplugged version of some of the songs you have heard, some of the songs you haven't heard. It's just our time to hang out, talk about some stuff, and not just play music the entire time and then walk off the stage, but be able to discuss what's going on with us, what's kind of going on out in the community, where our thoughts are, where our hearts are, kind of what's going on. So we're going to introduce ourselves going down to the far end first, and then you get to know a little bit more about us.
So I'm Jared, the worship coordinator, band director, long-haired guitar guy, and I'm having a daughter January 1st, which we talked about last time, and it's the only thing really worth mentioning because nothing's really changed, COVID. So,
but it's really important.
It is. It's like the most important. So it's the most important. So.
And for people who watch online, they can progressively see Taylor and baby Davis growing.
Yeah, it's literally like the toothpick and or olive on a toothpick is, and you just seeing the olive get bigger, basically. And go. Your turn.
You're up.
Hello, I'm Faith. I am an intern for Velocity Worship, and I am also on the worship team, so I sing on Sundays.
So humble.
That's about it.
All right, so I will brag on you. This is funny. So I love... All right, I'm going to tell you all the truth real quick. We started doing this a little bit ago, and I totally screwed up. This is just open and honest Chris Taylor time. I forgot to plug in my guitar, and we started playing the first song. I was like, man, something sounds weird. And we'd already been like 10 minutes in. We were talking about each other and good like God stuff, and y'all missed all of it because I had to redo the entire thing. But it's plugged in now, so we're going to keep going. But I am going to brag on Faith because she's so humble, and she is here literally every second of every day, doing everything that she can to help Centerpoint, to help people at home, to help Velocity Worship, to help with Centerpoint Music. Like literally, if there's a thing that needs to be done, Faith's like, yeah, I'll do it, sure, whatever. She's always down to help, which is amazing. And she's an incredible vocalist, and it's been really cool to see her grow from where she was when she first joined the team to where she is now. And it is a treat and an absolute pleasure to have you at Wednesday Worship Spotlight with us this week. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And next.
Hello, my name's Aaron. I also help on the worship team, and I've been out for a little bit, but slowly but surely I'm trying to come back and help any way that I can with the team. So, hello.
It's good to have you.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
And you left the door open for this one, so you help out with the worship team. So we'll talk about this real quick. When you see people up here, and like we see everybody as a worship leader, no matter what your position is, you're a worship leader and you're leading people into worship. And then Chris Tomlin talks about the fact that you're not a worship leader, but you're actually a lead worshiper, which can be really deep and thought-provoking if you take a minute to think about it. So we up here at Centerpoint Music get the honor of being the lead worshipers, really to worship, like for us to be able to worship, and then hopefully in turn that leads to other people worshiping God at the same time. And we talk about being a conduit, where it's not about us, it's about God using the gifts and the talents that he's given us in order to bless others and for people to see him through us. So yes, you definitely help up here as one of the worship leaders, which is very cool.
Tell us who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Chris Taylor. I'm the service programming director here at Centerpoint. So I get the honor of working with Jared as the worship coordinator and my beautiful bride, Angela, as the production coordinator. She's incredible, and Jared's incredild. If you've ever heard Jared off of the stage, his favorite word is yeet. It's just Jared texts me, and he just says yeet, question mark. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what that means. And like
Y-E-E-T.
Y-E-E-T. So those of you who aren't in the know, Y-E-E-T, yeet.
Capitalized.
So I refer to them, Angela is my sweetheart, and Jared is my yeet heart. Because they're the two people that I get the pleasure and the honor of working with.
The first time we saw that was via email, and it was very formal. It was awesome.
Dear sweetheart and yeetheart, here are the things we need to discuss this week. I have a really cool job, a cool place, opportunity to kind of to do some things here and help out and be the the connecting bridge between what Centerpoint Music is trying to do as well as what Centerpoint Production is trying to do. And if there's a thing that creatively wants to be done up here, I get to work with my wife and figure out how to practically make it happen.
Which is a very big help, because without neither you or your bride, it's very hard to do what it is we do up here. There's a lot of running back and forth. Last year, when we were operating out of 2 campuses, there wasn't the production team as we know it today. And it is mind-blowing that we stayed afloat, and even just how much things have grown and changed over the course of, like, within weeks. It was so visible. It was literally like painting a wall. You track your progress. So from one week to the next week, like from viewing at home, it's like, wow, like that's a decent camera shot. Wow, they've got multiple shots. Wow, the lights look way better. Wow, like, and it's just one thing after the other, and it's nothing we do changes, but the team that supports it has grown and made us look way cooler than we actually are. So we can't do it without you or Angela. So yeet wherever you are.
Yeet to everybody. And I think it's a testament literally to the entire production team. So if you're watching tonight, production team, thank you. Some of the production team is here. We have Cecilio Sarmiento. He's helping out on ProPresenter. My son Colin is doing lights and other things. My other son Gavin is helping run a camera, and Alicia Sarmiento is also running tech directing tonight. So when you see the camera go from like camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, that's the person who's a tech director. And then the Jared Dose is running sound for us
He's
tonight.
literally like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Like
it's
we
pretty
hear
cool.
his voice, but we can't see
Yeah, we hear him in the auditorium, we can't see him. So the cool thing about Wednesday Worship Spotlight is this is our opportunity to showcase some songs for you guys. Some of them you know, some of them you don't. And the ones that we like to introduce, we kind of want to know what your thoughts are. So if you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook or even on the website, leave some comments. Let us know, like, hey, that one song was really good, or man, I didn't like that as much. Maybe never again. Because that's how we start programming songs for Sunday mornings, because we really want to make sure that what we're doing lands with you guys, because we may like a song and you guys might not. And if you don't like it, then what's the point of us doing it? So we really want to introduce a couple new ones tonight. This first one is called Never Lost, and it's an elevation worship song, and it's Faith's pick, and it is amazing. So we hope that you guys really enjoy this one. Yeah, just enjoy it.
Miracles when you move, such an easy thing for you to do. Your hand is moving right now. You are still showing up at the tomb of every Lazarus. Your voice is calling me out right now. I know you're able, my God, come through again. You can do all things. You can do all things but fail. 'Cause you've never lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. And I know you never will. Everything's possible by the power of the Holy Ghost. A new wind is blowing right now, breaking my heart of stone, taking over like it's Jericho. battle. You never lost a battle. You never will. You never will. You never lost a battle. You never lost a battle. You never lost a battle. You never will.
You never will.
You never lost a battle. You never lost a battle. You never lost a battle. Never,
I love that
Dumb
one. It's
ending.
so good.
Hey, man, do you need our string?
Hey, can I borrow your guitar now? It's a
Yeah.
good thing we're done with your acoustic guitar.
Sorry, it's
This is what what live music does. The good thing is we have so many acoustics. It's not even funny. So somebody else start talking, and then
yeah.
I'll steal your guitar.
So to the homies backstage, this will be in his line now, and there's gonna be a mandolin and a different thing. So just do the thing. Oh, it doesn't have. Yeah, you gotta plug it into the. It's complicated. Sorry. Actually, give me your thing.
This is regular band lingo.
Technical,
Yes.
difficult.
Chatter, speaking, because things are happening in the background right now. That's kind of awkward, so we're going to speak over this moment to not be
Oh
awkward.
man, y'all are not good at this.
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. I love y'all just the same. So this is why they keep me around, so I can keep the conversation going and
Yeah,
nobody
man.
else has to feel awkward. This is just what happens. This is what happens on Sundays. This is what happens all the time. So as we talk about like what we're going through in our lives and what's happening, Aaron, you posted something a little while ago on Instagram that I thought was really impactful, and it made me think, and I even jotted it down. I was like, we're going to talk about this at the end of the month. The question you asked on Instagram was, what have you learned about yourself through this period, through this time with COVID and everything that's going on? And there's so much that's different. What has it taught you about yourself? So I would pose that question to everybody here. What do you think? Anybody have anything that's like you're ready to talk about right this second?
Well, in a practical sense, I discovered that I have like no discipline when it comes to consumption of food. So, like, I've gained a crazy amount of weight in a bad way.
COVID-20?
Yeah, the COVID-20, man, 100%. No, but like seriously, I think what I've discovered is that personally, me, I am an individual who thrives in community, and isolation hasn't necessarily been the best thing for me, but I've explained last time my situation and whatnot, so I'm just doing my best to just actively be involved in any way, shape I can with my church community. But what I've learned is that I thrive when I'm with other people, for me at least.
Yeah. I hear you. Faith, what you got? I'll put you on the spot.
It's so like what have you've learned about yourself?
Yeah,
through
I
this
mean,
season, right?
is there something that this period of time in history has taught you about you that you hadn't really thought about, hadn't reflected on before in the past? Like,
So now that I actually have the time to like there's so much downtime now because there's not much for you to do and all that stuff. I've actually sat down and like a lot recently and like reflect back on like myself and like where I'm going with life. And I realized I have not put my mental health in like what's it called, into focus, like paid attention too much to it, and I realized there's some things I need to work on, like through this time, like I've struggled a lot with anxiety and like depression, because like there was like a part of it, like there's a point in time during the season where I just didn't have a job. I was just down all the time, and I was like, I realized it's okay, and this isn't gonna last forever, and that during this time, like I really just been pouring myself into Jesus, and like reading my scripture more, and like actually paying attention to what's happening around me, and like all that stuff. But that's what's been going on with
awesome,
me.
And so I think it's interesting. Like we sit up here and we play songs and we sing songs, and I think a lot of times, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think there can be times where if you're sitting here in the auditorium or you're at home watching from our digital campus space, that there may be an assumption that like if we're up here, we've got it all together. Like we're handpicked like by the pastoral staff. Oh, this guy's perfect, or close enough, right? Like let's put them on stage. That couldn't be farther from the truth. And I love that you're being vulnerable and just kind of saying, hey, look, I'm struggling with stuff. And I think that's also one of the things that is unique about Centerpoint, is that we're not scared to talk about those things, you know. And I mean, I'm right there with you. Like I struggle with a lot of that stuff. And the thing that I'm kind of learning through this season is that, my word for the year is rest. And I'm almost physically incapable of it. And if you ask my wife, she will be nodding her head north and south right now, like, yes, but I have to, and I need to. And I think that, be it upbringing or whatever, but like my worth, I thought, was ascribed to my productivity for a long time, right? And I've had to realize that it's not about me producing in order to feel like I'm valued or valuable. It's not at all about that. It's about like, how well am I resting, really? And this is just kind of coming to me right now, like, man, Chris, you're kind of an idiot. Like, why haven't you thought of this before? But like, for the longest time, like I would manufacture tasks just to feel like I was staying busy and producing, and like, okay, look, I did this thing, and that's good, right? Like, tell me I did a good thing, and it doesn't matter. None of it matters, right? And so for me, what I've learned through this period, and I think I'm still learning it, maybe even like just this week, is like none of that matters, right? It's how well are you worshiping? How well are you engaging with God? And that sounds like these big ethereal things, but it's little things like, are you at least trying to read the Bible a little bit? Like, are you at least wake up in the morning like, hey man, thank you God, I made it through another night. Like sometimes it's the only thing you can say when you wake up in the morning, because sometimes like you're not sure how things are going, and that's hard. So for me, that is the thing that I am still learning through this season, is how to rest and rest well. And we talk about, I think Comer writes the book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And man, if you haven't read that, it is earth-shattering. Pastor Bryant and Pastor Justin both turned me on to that one. And I was like, all right, I'm going to hurry through this. I was like, wait a minute. That's not how this book's supposed to go. So I'm taking my sweet time getting through it. But that's my big thing, is I got to learn how to rest, and I got to learn how to rest well.
Your turn.
My turn, sorry. Y'all like went out of order, so I was like, oh, we're going to do the next song. Oh, I haven't answered. No, it's like kind of, I feel like I've never, sounds really cocky to say, it's like, I don't feel like this has been an issue, but you don't realize until like you like think about it. But really being present in the moment, like I struggle with sleeping a lot because my brain is always going. I think I have ADD or something of the sort. So if you've ever had a conversation with me, you go, yeah, 100%. But because my mind is always on, not even, like who isn't anxious, but it's not like that sort of stuff. Like I'm waking up thinking about like chili recipes or something, you know what I mean? Or like, thinking about guitar or something. Like, so just like, just trying to not, because you're gifted with the brain that you're given, but like trying to, not, I'm cooking dinner with my wife and just making an effort to be like, I don't need to text my friend right now about the new Batman trailer, which was dope. But like, like I don't need to respond like, oh man, like, all the cool things that are that. But like right now, like I'm trying to like cook burgers, which is not a hard thing to do. So why can't I just put my phone down for 2 seconds. Why do I always have to be playing a guitar, sitting on the couch, watching whatever it is we're digesting from Netflix, you know? Really trying, like Taylor and I have this joke where she's like, can you just be here? You know? And I'm like, yeah. And
It's a joke, but it's deep.
Yeah.
And
Like,
same
that's
thing,
deep.
like, but it's kind of cool because we're able to call each other both on it. Like, if we're sitting watching a show and I'm like, we're trying something out, like, for the first time, like, oh, let's see how, you know, whatever it is. And, like, I'm watching, she's over on her phone, like, cruising Target or Let Go or Facebook for stuff to buy for the baby's room. And I'm like, important, but do you want to, like, watch this show with me? Do you want to be here? She's like, you were just playing guitar 5 minutes ago. So that's always, like, but, like, really, that's kind of what came to me now. Like, what is it that, like, I feel like I consciously have worked on or should be working on? And that's really it, because, I mean, the world that we live in is social media, and, like, I haven't been super present on that, and it's a struggle because part of my job is to do some of that, but at the same time, like, for my mental well-being and health is, like, yeah, it's cool keeping up with people, but also not confusing that with being close to people, because that's not being present. That's just digesting what their life is. So
The parts of their life they choose to show you.
yes, and that's not, I mean, that's cool, but that's also, like, for me, I think about it when people are like, hey, and they, like, know something about me, I'm like, oh, I did put that out there. So for me to be like, I mean, if you troll my Instagram, it's like, here's my wife, here's me playing guitar, here's my wife, here's a video of me playing guitar, you know?
It's hard to, like, intentionally stay present because you kind of put yourself, at least for me, I know, I put myself sometimes in a habit of just always not being in focus. And it's kind of funny that you say that because, like, my wife hates when I'm on my phone, like, especially, like, during Netflix time. But, like, it's just, like, almost like second nature. Like, you know, it's just like, hey, let me just scroll on Facebook or something, or scroll on Instagram. So I 100% understand where you're coming from, man.
In case in point, so this isn't like a humble brag or anything, but this is like the first time I'm playing this instrument for anyone. But I've been putting time into doing that because that's productive. Like, if I have downtime, like, I play guitar 24/7, and I'm like, I'm 29. I'm about to be 30. I don't think I'm gonna get any better. I gotta fight to keep what I have. You know what I mean? Like, no, but there's truth in that. Like, you do stop kind of learning. So there is some scientist or some psychologist could explain why your brain works that
So
way.
you've peaked, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think
that's
I've kind of reached, or just I really got to research. Like, when I'm sitting on the couch and playing the same, you know, whatever 4 chords or, you know, whatever thing, and she's just like. But when I sit down and I put time to, like, okay, what's a G chord on mandolin? Like, maybe she just didn't care. She's just gotten used to it. But I feel like she's been like, well, at least you're doing something productive.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're not.
Don't
just,
find
like,
your worth in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
Don't do that.
Anyway.
But so I think there's so many lessons that can be learned through this time, because I believe there is more time for self-reflection and introspection. So, I mean, if any of you guys out there are watching, like, and there's lessons that you've learned, like, or things that you've done to kind of help be more introspective, let us know. Like, I'd love to hear that stuff. You know, we go through the comments and stuff like that, so we'd love to hear those things.
Jot them down.
Yeah, so the next song we're going to do is called Authority. It's another Elevation Worship song. It's a new one. You guys haven't heard this one yet. I love it, and this was my song pick. So all 3 of us picked a song this evening. And I just think it's a really cool. Yes, you did. It's a really cool, like, declarative song, but it's so simple and it's so beautiful. So, and it features Jared for the very first time on the mandolin.
Woo! Excited for this.
So cool. It's you. Yeah, go ahead. Creation knows the voice that's spoken to the void, the breath that brought the dust to life and sang the stars to fall. The darkness fears your voice that drove it back before. And though the night is long, I know your light will drive it back once more. One word from you, things change on your authority. Your word, it's true. Things change on your authority. My fight is not my own. Its end is in your hands. I worship you because I know all things must bow to your command. One word from you, things change on your authority. Your word, it's true. Things change on your authority. One word from you. Things change on your authority. Your word, it's true. Things change on your authority. Will heaven not prevail and strongholds not be moved? Will spirits not be silenced and cower at its rule? For if my God is for me, then what have I to fear? And I will not deny him the glory that is his. Will heaven not prevail and strongholds not be moved? Will spirits not be silenced and cower at his rule? For if my God is for me, then what have I to fear? And I will not deny him the glory that is his. Oh, one word from you, things change on your authority. Your word is true. Things change on your authority. And heaven will prevail, and strongholds will be moved, and spirits will be silenced and cower at his rule. Our God is for me, so what have I to fear? For nothing will deny him the glory that is
God, that was great,
That
Chris.
is fun.
That's a Chris Taylor song right there. Let's stamp it right now.
You know, it's
God,
funny, we talk about this, and Nicole Golden will love that I'm saying this because she gets on to me all the time. There are certain songs that certain people just can do, right? And somebody else can do it, but doesn't do it like that person, right? And so, like, there are songs that Aaron leads that I don't even want to try to lead because A, it's 9 steps higher than I want to sing it. But B, it's because that's an Aaron song. Like, I'm obviously not going to try to lead Faith songs, but there's songs that Faith leads that are different than songs that Taylor leads, and they can lead them well, but for whatever reason, one just like, you're like, man, that's your song. Like, whether it's the way you associate with the lyrics, which I think has a lot to do with it, like how
100%.
meaningful some lyrics are to you, can really make a difference in the way you lead a song.
I think, just to piggyback on that, that's okay. It's okay for certain individuals to be assigned to certain songs, and that's what I love about this team, because I think just other praise and worship teams I've been on over the years, people kind of get into this headspace where, oh, let's change it up a little bit, let's do something different, which that's okay from time to time. But I think when a particular individual is assigned to a particular song, it just is a little bit more effective versus, trying to change it up from time to time. So that's okay. That's 100% okay to do. I love it when teams do that.
And I think, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
So, a great example of that, right? Like Reckless Love, one of my favorite songs of all time. Taylor led it this last Sunday and blew the roof off the place, right? Like, so good. And I'm like, man, I like leading that song, but when Taylor leads it, and even when Faith, when she led it Sunday, I was like, I'll never lead that song again. If someone's like, Chris, will you come to my birthday party and lead Reckless Love? No, only if I can bring Taylor. There are certain songs that just lock and just land with somebody, and so I think it's cool.
100%.
And it's a testament to, I think, the humility of everybody on this team. And some people is more difficult or more learned than others, myself included, to say, you know what, that person is better at that song than I am. Or even I would say on the guitar as well, Jared, like there are certain people who are able to play certain guitar licks or parts like different and better than others. Like you look at the Brothers Carey, we also nickname them the Tone Brothers, right? Because their tone is sweet all the
Brothers
time.
Carey. That's a band name right there.
It is a great band name.
Come on, Carey boys, you can do it.
Yeah.
But it's, yes, Faith, what you were going to say something profound, I'm sure.
Please.
No, I was just gonna say, just hits different. That's literally
It does, yeah.
That's it.
And you can feel it. So, all right, last question for the night, and then we'll do one more song, and then we'll say our goodbyes, because we don't want to keep you guys through dinner or whatever you have planned for this Wednesday night. Drawing a blank. Oh, yeah, my question was, what was my question, Faith?
How are you staying connected
Yeah.
when you're told to social distance? Or
Yeah,
just
so essentially, like,
distant?
how are you staying in community
Yes.
when we're kind of told to be separate or stay far apart? How are you trying to stay close to other people? There's an easy answer. I'm going to see who takes the easy answer, but I'll be the judge. I'll like throw the orange pick flag, be like, nope, can't use that one.
It'll probably be me. How I'm staying connected is just by reaching out to like my friends and family, because I know when you are like isolated for a very long time, like it's like a natural thing to just go in a dark place, but to like check up on my friends and make sure, friends and family, to make sure that they are okay, and like even if they're not okay, like console them, and like I think you just work better when you are in a community, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
For me, just on the practical sense, like we have a group chat on our team. So anytime Sundays, we get on there and we just always encourage each other. Whoever's leading, whoever's doing a song, whoever's playing a certain note or a drum fill that's done, like I make sure that I try to do my best to make sure I'm intentional about recognizing the greatness that's on this stage, and just not obviously just trying to gas up the individual, Gas up means like, try to like, pump them up. That's what that means.
hype.
Hype them up.
To be an encouragement.
Exactly, to be an encouragement, right. That's more so what I want to do anytime I'm in that chat. Also, even just reaching out to just friends within that chat. Like I had a conversation with Cecilio earlier today, who's working in production, and we just chatted up and just were honest about certain conversations and things we were discussing. So just being intentional within the team, within that group chat, I'm saying that's what I've been doing personally.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm infamous for phone calls. That's like my
Lengthy phone calls.
Because much as I said, I have ADD or something, so it's like a spider web of like, I know what's at the center, just get there already kind of thing. But honestly, I mean, so much of what, I mean, sorry, slight rabbit trail, but like music, what it is that we do, I have a livelihood doing this because I'm on staff, and there's not a lot of musicians that are making money doing this, you know what I mean? And I'm, that's not why I took this position. Like, what I believe, and I believe that music is the universal language that connects us with one another and connects us with our Creator. But so much of that, aside from being grateful to have a job, our jobs, as you can attest to, have like kind of become more demanding through this season. So like us staying in touch with people hasn't been that hard. I mean, like there are some exceptions where there are some people who's like, I haven't seen them in a while. Like, how are they? So it's like usually if you're involved on production or worship and you're comfortable being here, we're going to see you and we're going to hear from you. Or again, you might just get a lengthy phone call from me. But again, just that's a big thing, is just really the art of the phone call. Just like, hey, it's been a while, let's catch up, because there's so many, I can't believe I'm saying this, kids these days that don't, that like, oh, I'm not on the phone, I don't like making phone calls. It's like, well, good luck getting a job. But
True.
anyway.
You almost went into the easy answer section, but you brought it back to phone calls. So I just thought about, like, I should start sending letters, but I would just send you guys letters, so I don't know why I would do that. You guys are my friends.
Ooh, pen pals.
I'll start sending my wife letters. I should do that. She's laughing at me like, don't waste a stamp, honey.
That's something my wife would
What
say.
was the,
Yeah.
what was the
Stop
easy
wasting
answer?
money.
So the easy answer was kind of what you started talking about, where those of us who are able to still come every week, like, we have stayed in community by being here for hours on Thursday night for rehearsal. Some of y'all don't know, like, Thursday nights are rehearsal nights, and we're here from 6-ish until almost 9 o'clock sometimes, because we want to make sure we're bringing you guys our best on Sundays. That's not COVID, that's just coughing.
Yeah, cough in my direction.
Yeah.
Good night.
Aaron's gonna go home now. Nope, she's gone.
Okay.
So the easy answer was, like, we stay in community because we are still locked in. Like you said, I would say, significantly busier now than we were before. And I would also say to those of you who are watching at home, some of y'all have never even stepped foot in this auditorium. Yeah. And the time is coming, for some of you will be able to be your first time. For some of you who will remain part of our digital campus, like, we're all still family. We're all still here in community, and it's going to be really good. But that's the easy answer. Like, for us sitting up here, that's the easy one, except you. But we miss you a lot. My answer would be, I'm using the YouVersion Bible app for a lot of stuff, and I'm actually, like, doing Bible studies with different people, and it's been really fun. And, like, I was excited. I hit 365 days in a row yesterday. Or Sunday, I told Angela the night before, I was like, tomorrow's the big day. It's going to have, like explodey fireworks. Nothing. It was just like 365. I was like, that's it? That's all? I don't get it. I think Life Church built that app, like Craig Rochelle, and I was like, thanks, Craig. I get nothing from you. Yeah, I use YouVersion for community and stuff like that. I do still go to work sometimes, and then I am able to have community here as well. But you're right, it can be isolating, and it can be depressing, and it can build that anxiety. A lot of questions like, when are we going to get back to normal? What is back to normal going to look like? And I don't think anybody has the right answer for that. And that's tough. But I think once we stay in community, it makes it a little bit easier. And shameless plug, I guess, like, CC community groups are still going. Like, you can text CC group to 94,000, I think. I think if I got that right. Lori Cardoso will watch this. She'll be like, it was not correct. But I think it was. I think it's CC group to 94,000, and you can get connected with a community group virtually right now. They do Zoom groups and stuff like that, and some of them are going to start meeting in person as well.
Yeah, in the fall, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming soon.
The good news, you okay?
Yeah.
Would you like a Ricola?
I do. It was just
We have cough drops. We have a little cough spray. We have a lozenge. All good? I mean, you're not leading the next song, so you'll be okay.
I was going to say, good news is if we did get any of that information, just cruise the comments, because I'm sure Lori will light it up. So
It's going to be so good. Yeah, there's so many ways to connect here at Centerpoint, and we'll play this last song here in just a second, but there's community groups, there's next steps, there's all kinds of stuff that's going on. Actually, in 2 days, we have our back to school bash movie on the lawn here in the backyard. So if you haven't already registered for that, go ahead and do it on the Church Center app. We're going to watch Onward.
Onward, yeah.
Such a good movie. So much fun. So yeah, we'll be here. That movie starts at 8 o'clock.
Go ahead
on
and tell them
Friday.
how it ends. Don't.
They move onward. I don't know. I watched it once, and I really loved it. So, okay, enough of me talking. Let's play this last song. It's really good.
It's a staple. Wherever you are this evening, I want you to engage with us. Sing along, clap, dance, do whatever you can do to worship Jesus. I give you glory for all you brought me through. And now I'm ready for whatever you want to do. I'm moving forward to follow after you. And now I'm ready for whatever you want to do. Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. Second verse, in every season. In every season, your grace has been enough. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm believing the best is yet to come. The cross before me, a hope on things above. And in you, Jesus, the best is yet to come. Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. So come now, Jesus. Come right now. It's my favorite part in the song. Come on, let's declare this tonight. I know breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God made me a promise and it won't stop now. I know breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God made me a promise and it won't stop now. I know breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God made me a promise and it won't stop now. Sing it again. I know breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God made me a promise and it won't stop now. It won't stop now. It won't stop Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before.
All right. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is always an honor, a pleasure, and a joy for us. We appreciate you guys. Remember, stay connected, stay in community. If you're struggling with something, reach out, talk to somebody, find a counselor, find a friend. Come to us, talk to us here at Centerpoint Church. DM us at Centerpoint Music. Like, we'll point you in the right direction. You are not alone. I think that's the biggest thing we can tell you. We love you guys, Centerpoint. We're excited to see you Friday on the lawn, Sunday morning, and we'll see y'all next end of the month, Wednesday night, for another Wednesday Worship Spotlight. Love y'all. Take care.